Okay, let's begin in child's pose, everyone. Come to child's pose. Bring your knees wider than your hips, reach your arms forward. And just settle your hips down towards your heels. Take your knees as wide as they can go to nestle the torso down. And I like to just move a little bit from side to side. Take the forehead down to the floor. Begin to breathe through your nose. And just this morning, let all your feel-good feelings flow. Breathe, and as you breathe, you begin to move energy, obviously, and energy is everything. So the harder something is, like the floor, matter, the denser the energy, and our thoughts and our feelings and our attitude is simply a more subtle, malleable form of energy. And so as you breathe, you can allow your feel-good feelings to flow. If they don't flow, that's okay. But that's just really what I feel like focusing on today, is us practicing from a joyful place. And that's really so much, more about us not wanting to learn the poses or achieve the poses, rather us moving our bodies because we're lucky enough to be in one. So as you breathe in through your nose, you push energy. As you breathe out through your nose, you allow it to flow. And just keep doing that, in and out through your nose. Feel where the body moves as you breathe, the lungs expand. As you breathe in and out, your heart actually moves up and down. As you breathe in and out, your vertebrae lift and separate from one another, and they drop closer to one another. There's a lot of movement inside your torso as you breathe deeply. I talk about it a lot. As we breathe, we move lymph through our body. So there's anatomical and physical and physiological reasons to breathe deeply, as well as energetic reasons to breathe deeply. Just keep breathing. And notice if this breathing is bringing you to an awareness of your physical body, your emotional body, or your mental body. And that's what we call them in yoga, different aspects of our body. Just notice. As you breathe in next, you're going to come up to standing on the knees. So lift up, bring your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your hips, reach your arms up to the ceiling, and take a few breaths here as you start to look up. Now as you look up, often we stick the butt out and we round and arch our lower back. We want to restrain that a little bit by draw the tailbone down so that we're lifting more into the upper back. Take a few breaths. And as you breathe out, take your hips back towards your heels, take your arms behind you and release the forehead down. Inhale, come up, move the tailbone down, lift the chest, try not to stick the butt out. Exhale, bring the hips back towards heels, arms behind you, forehead down. Inhale, come up, reach up. Exhale, hips back, arms back, head down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And just keep going, moving with your breath. And as you start to come up, see if you can begin to inch a little deeper into a back bend. and then exhale down. Inhale up, lift up, lengthen the back of the body, stretch the front of the body, exhale down. We're going to do one more. Inhale, come up. This time stay up. As you breathe out, look forward, circle the arms behind you, bring your hands to your sacrum, and as you inhale, lift the chest and lean back into camel pose or Ustrasana. Beautiful. So keep the hips over the knees, the chest lifting. You can take the head all the way back. If that doesn't feel good for the neck, just look up. Breathe. As you breathe in, you're going to lift up. As you exhale, take your hips to the right of the feet and sit down. You're going to feel a little bit lopsided here. So use your right fingertips onto the floor to lengthen the right side of the body. I feel a stretch. I'm really tight here in my obliques, so I feel a stretch just here. Not all of you will, but some of you might feel a bit of a stretch into the waist. Take a few moments here to breathe. As you breathe out, you're going to twist to the left. So you can hold on to the left thigh or reach for the left shin or ankle. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. This is quite an awkward twist and it's quite a lopsided twist. We won't be here for long, but there's always the option to sit on a cushion. Notice how your neck has all this freedom of movement. Take it all the way over into the twist as you look over the left shoulder, rotating the spine all the way from the tailbone up into the neck. As you breathe in, come to center. You can use your hands if you need to help you to lift up, reach the arms up. That's it. Exhale, hips back to heels, wave the arms back, coming back into this flow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Keep your body up. Bring your hands to your sacrum. Lift your chest up and lean back. So again, try not, I'm doing it. I'm tipping my pelvis forward. A little bit's okay, but lift the pelvis up and lean back. Breathe. Inhale, come up, come out of the pose, like you're lifting the vertebrae up off the one beneath it. Exhale, take your hips to the left and sit down. Use your fingertips to help lengthen. Maybe if you're tight like me in the obliques, you'll get a little stretch here. Some of you might feel it in the hip, I would imagine. Take a few moments and then twist to the right. Sit up tall. Twist, rotate the spine and then take the neck. Notice how the neck moves quite freely in relation to the rest of the body. Take it all the way into that sticking point. Slowly unwind, come up again. So you might have the strength to come up without the hands. This time you're going to interlace your fingers behind your back. Press the knuckles down, lift the chest up, and stretch and open the shoulders. Inhale, lift up to come out of the back bend. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Keep your hips over your knees, or should I just say come to all fours, but we're actually going to come to puppy. So walk the hands all the way forward and take the forehead down. Really nice stretch in the arms and the chest. The butt is up. Some of you more flexible people, who've got a bit more mobility in the spine and in the back, can come into melting heart. This is moving more into a level 2 variation. Bring your hands a little bit wider, send the chest down and look forward. Every pose we come into, the more intense the pose, the more fiercely aware we need to be of our bodies. Self-awareness. And then extract yourself out by walking the hands back. Inhale. Why don't we just come to child's pose briefly before we get back up into down dog. So knees wider than hips, hips to heels, forehead down. And then inhale, come up through all fours, spread your fingers, press your palms. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips and stretch back to down dog. So I did forget, and I do forget sometimes, that there could be somebody on here that I haven't met or that's new. So always chat with me in the chat box. If you need, you can send me a private message. I'll see the little orange thing flick up, or you can just address it to everybody because nobody else is probably going to look at it. If anybody is new and needs to chat with me, do so. Just walk it out and down dog, pedal out any, tightness in the calves. Really nice stretch for the back of the body. Now, pull the shoulder blades down your back to free the chest and the neck, and then wrap your triceps down. Ooh, I wish I could just tap some of the tops of your shoulders. You're all looking super good. Inhale. Exhale, bring your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, come to your halfway lift, open your chest. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Separate your feet if they are together. And as you exhale, you're going to bend the left knee and walk your hands over to the right. Okay? Sit. And just stretch here into the side of the body. Keep the neck free. Inhale, come through center. So walk your hands in front of the feet. Bend the right knee. Travel the hands over to the left and stretch here. Inhale, walk your hands through center, lift up into a halfway lift, bend the left knee, walk the hands to the right. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, come through center. Shoulders away from ears. This time we're going to fold into the legs. You can hold on to them if you like. You can walk them together if you need. Inhale, bend your knees. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Pause for a moment here in Tadasana. So you can have your hands at heart center. It's a symbol of reverence. It's a symbol kind of to bring in some sacredness to the practice. But if you prefer to bring your hands beside you in mountain pose, you can do so. We're just going to take a moment to invoke the feelings of our intention. What is it that you'd like to be aware of for class, to achieve for class? What is it that brought you here this morning? And just set that devotion, that intention, that energy now. You're going to hook your thumbs in front of the body. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift the chest. Lean back into the sticky, tight part of the body. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step to the top of a push-up. Pause here to firm up that soft front of the body. Often we do this, let the butt stick up and the belly come out. We're going to tuck the tailbone and reverse that. Push the floor away from you so you're pinning the shoulder blades to the back body and see that your neck is free. High plank with the knees off is actually a level 2 variation. So we're going to do push-ups this morning. Come to the knees, inhale, lift your gaze slightly and lower to elbow height or higher than if your shoulders are sore. Inhale, come up again. Keep the belly firm. Exhale, lower to elbow height or higher than. This is important. Inhale, come up again. Firm up the tummy. One more time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Ooh, strong for me today. Exhale, come all the way down to your tummy. You're going to interlace the fingers behind your back, Shalabhasana or locust pose. Stretch the knuckles back, pull the shoulder blades down the back. And notice how, as you slide the shoulder blades down your back, you feel your chest lift and move forward. Take a few breaths. You can lift the feet if you like. We're strengthening the back of the body. We're stretching the fronts of the shoulders. And we're focusing on balance through breathing, control of our own energy. Not trying to control the world around us, rather learning self-control. Exhale, place your feet down if they're up. Bring your palms under your shoulders. Keep the chest lifted and rise to high cobra. So high cobra, my elbows are still bent, but I'm using my hands a little bit. Shoulder blades down. Try not to do this. Shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, press back to child's pose. And feel your energy. Feel your energy. Inhale, rise to all fours. Exhale, lift your hips to downward facing dog. Inhale, push the floor away from you, plug the shoulders in. Exhale, walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend the right knee and walk your hands to the left. Inhale, come to center, look forward. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, come to center, look forward. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, rise to stand, reach your arms overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Actually, bring them all the way down. Hook your thumbs. Inhale, as you reach the arms forward and up, send the front body forward and up, lean back. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, step to the top of a push-up. Okay, so I'm always going to give you level 1 and 2 options, even though this is a level 1 class. So the level 2 option is to stay off the knees. The level 1 option is to come to the knees for one push-up. Here's level 1. Lower to elbow height or higher than. Keep the front body pulling into the back body as you come up again. Exhale, come all the way down. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Press the shoulder blades towards the back of the mat as you lift your chest and move it forward. Keep the chest lifted. Bring the palms down. Exhale. And rise to high cobra. Keep the elbows bent. Inhale. Go back to child's pose. Exhale. Gaining self-control through the way we master our energy. Enjoy. Raise your right leg. Inhale. Fan the toes and look towards the hands. Step the foot forward between the hands. Exhale. If the foot stops halfway, Help it with your hand, Virabhadrasana 1. Back toes angle forward as we come up. Superb. Find a steady, focused gaze. Breathe, undistracted from your body and yourself. Take a big breath in. Exhale, circle your, I didn't mirror, right foot forward. Circle your left elbow underneath your right for eagle arms. Plug the shoulders down and in. Lift your elbows up and sink deeper into the right knee. The deeper you sink into the right knee, the more likely your left heel will lift. Keep pressing it down. Breathe. As you breathe in, lift the elbows, look up. As you breathe out, dive forward into humble warrior. So start to bring your elbows inside the right knee, but keep sinking into the hip, send the chest forward. Strong, focused. Inhale, come up, release the arms. Exhale, open Virabhadrasana 2. So take your feet down the midline of the mat. Your right kneecap faces forward. Your left hip bone also rolls forward as the left side of the chest rolls back. So if I were to do it this way, the back hip bone is actually rolling forward slightly, a little bit like Virabhadrasana 1, but this shoulder is rolling past the point of that left hip point. As you breathe in, you're going to lift up out of the knee, straighten the leg, raise the arms overhead. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Bend the knee, maybe go deeper and open the arms. Inhale, come up, straighten the arms overhead, straighten the right leg. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, sink back in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. One more time, inhale. As you breathe out, you're going to step to the front of the mat and fold. Exhale. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold into your legs, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale, reach the arms overhead. And fold straight back down again over those legs. Exhale. Come halfway up, inhale. Step back and lower your choice, Chaturanga Dandasana. I'm going to demonstrate level 1 today because my shoulders are not feeling strong whatsoever. Rise to Bhujangasana, bent elbows. If you want up dog, the hands are further back. Level 2 variation, level 2 option. And then exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Find your breath. So when I say find my breath, it's a buzzword, it's a cliche, it's often said without meaning in yoga. It simply means come back to yourself, come back to that place of centeredness, of connection, and of mastering the ability to be both one thing without being afraid of the opposite of that thing. Raise your left leg, inhale. Step the foot forward between the hands, exhale. Virabhadrasana 1, back toes angle forward, come up, inhale. Beautiful. One more breath in here. Circle your right elbow underneath your left. Plug the shoulders back down and in. Lift the elbows to shoulder height and bring the hands forward until they're stacked around about above the elbows. And then you might need to check in with those shoulders again. Breathe. One more breath in. Lift the elbows. Look up. Maybe back bend. Exhale, humble warrior. Bring the arms inside the left knee. Keep the spine long. Legs strong, your mind focused. Come up, inhale, reach the arms overhead. Virabhadrasana 2, exhale, open the body. Stand up, straighten the leg, raise the arms, inhale. Virabhadrasana 2, exhale. Stand up, raise the arms, inhale. Virabhadrasana 2, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. This time, step to the top of the mat and fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Fold straight back down again. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back and lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Raise your right leg. Inhale. Step the foot. Exhale. Virabhadrasana 1. Rise up. Inhale. Circle left elbow under right. Exhale. Intertwine the forearms. Lift the elbows up. Inhale. Dive forward. Humble warrior. Bow. Virabhadrasana 1. Rise. Inhale. Virabhadrasana 2. Open. Exhale. Stand up. Raise your arms. Inhale. Step to the top of your mat and fold. Exhale. Halfway up. Inhale. Deepen fold. Exhale. Rise to stand. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale. Rise. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Keep it flowing. Keep it moving. Left leg lifts. Inhale. Step. Exhale. Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale. Right elbow under. Exhale. Lift your elbows. Inhale. Dive forward. Exhale. Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale. Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale. Rise up. Inhale. Step forward and fold. Exhale. Come halfway up. Inhale. Deep fold. Exhale. Rise to stand. Inhale. Now listen. Fold back down again. Exhale. That's it. Come halfway up. Inhale. Now you're going to keep your big toes close and crouch down. Bring the knees wide. We're going to do the first arm balance we ever typically learn in yoga. Crow or Bakasana. So the thing with this is that your feet are together, your knees are wide, fingers are spread wide, a little bit dark in here, and place your palms on the mat. Where can you see my palms? Nowhere really, but you know that they're there. Okay, so think of arms shoulder width apart. Now stick your butt up and begin to walk the feet in towards the hands. Take your knees high up onto the triceps. So my knees sit just outside my triceps, right up by the outer edge of the armpit. If you've got a stool, to stand your feet on, to elevate your hips. It can make it easier to come up, but it can also make it easier to go over. So, knees up on triceps. Try not to look between the hands or at the feet. Try to look towards the front of your mat, because that's where you want to move the center of gravity toward, out of the feet, okay? So lean in and start to maybe just lift one foot, maybe the other. Start to straighten the arms, curl the feet up. Do not do this, by the way, if your wrists are struggling with chaturanga and down dog and all of that. Believe me, it is not worth it. So if it's hard to get the knees high, you want to stand your feet on something. Nice one, Andrew. It's hard to see if people are up, but nice one. So any of my level 2 people, feel free to float through chaturanga, moving through. And we'll meet in down dog. Alrighty. Take a few moments. You're going to raise your right leg. Inhale. Step the foot forward between the hands. Exhale. As you breathe in, you're going to lift your left foot, straighten your right leg, and come to pyramid pose. Exhale, step the foot behind the right, about 2/3 of a leg length. Your feet are down the center line, so both feet are firmly planted on the floor. Some of you may need to bring your hands to your shin if you're feeling a little bit like you can't reach the floor or really rounded in the spine. And then just start to fold over that leg. Halfway lift, inhale. As you breathe out, release a little bit more weight of your body into the stretch. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Deep fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Deep fold. One more, inhale. You're going to walk your hands to the right of the right foot. Exhale. Not easy. For some, if you tighten the hammies, this will be a killer. Just be patient. Come to center, lift your chest, inhale. Step your left foot to meet your right at the front of the mat. Exhale. Bend your knees. Sink your hips down into chair pose. Reach your arms up, inhale. And we're going to twist to the right. So hook your left elbow outside your right knee. Bring your hands together at your heart center and spiral the center of the chest up towards the thumbs. Feel free to stay here. This is the level 1 option. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can open the arms. Often feels like the breath is really restricted here, and of course it is. We're compressing the torso, but you can start to work the breath into a place of evenness, even fullness. If I can talk, you can breathe. Inhale. Exhale, very gently fold. Do not ping your way out of that pose. Rise to stand. Inhale. And bring your hands to your heart center. Whew. Exhale. Raise your arms overhead. Inhale. Fold forward over your legs. Exhale. Come halfway up. Inhale. Step your left foot back and lower to the knee. Exhale. Raise your arms overhead. Inhale. As you breathe out, you're going to twist again. Bring your left elbow outside your right knee. Bring your hands together and start to spiral the chest up towards the hands. Breathe. Here's the level 1 option. Here's the level 2 option. Again, you've got this option as well. Okay, so I'm in a level 2 variation. Now I'm in a level 1 variation. Unwind without pinging out of the pose. Be gentle. Reach the arms overhead. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, open your chest. Breathe. Reach the arms overhead. Inhale. Place your hands at the top of the mat. Exhale. Plant your palms. Bring your right leg up towards the ceiling in three-legged dog. Inhale, and we're going to bring it forward again for pigeon. So take the right shin across the front of the mat. One of my all-time favorite poses. This is not everyone's favorite pose. Place support underneath the right hip if you need it. Now, if this aggravates your knee, I'm going to give you a variation. So first of all, lift your chest, inhale, and then fold forward over that leg, exhale. If this is aggravating your knee, you're going to bring the left leg forward, bring your right ankle on top. This is essentially the same pose without putting pressure on the knee. Few more moments. You need to really encourage the body to relax, and you have to relax in this pose. Well, you don't have to do anything, but it's recommended that you get as soft and as heavy as you can in this pose. So in Ayurveda, in terms of Ayurveda, which is yoga's sister science, yoga is about sort of, you know, the spirituality of health, and Ayurveda is the medicinal side of our health. There are 3 constitutions that make up the human condition and the human body. One of them is called kapha, and it is the very thick, stable, unchanging energy. And in this pose, we're working on that stable energy of the connective tissue. So we need to be slow, soft, passive, and the changes that occur in the hip joint will be permanent. They'll be tiny, but permanent. So soften, go in a little bit deeper, and then slowly come up. Back bend if it feels good, and you're going to stay here, or you're going to prop up your right hip, bend your left knee, and reach around as you bring that foot into the butt. Giving the leg a stretch. Once you start to get a little bit more flexible and a little bit more stable here, You can tuck, you can't really see my left foot, you can tuck the left toes into the elbow crease and bring the right arm up and over the head.
That's funny. Look, she's right on the camera.
Release, bring your left leg all the way around. Okay, sit this left sit bone down, we're going to come into another twist. Raise your right arm, sit up nice and tall, inhale, and then twist to the left. Tuck the elbow outside the knee and rotate. Lots of twists today. Breathe. Very gently release your twist and just take a counter twist to the right. Drop your head. Inhale, come up, bring your left leg all the way behind you, using pigeon as a transition. Tuck your back toes, lift up, inhale, step to plank. Knees up or down, lower chaturanga. I'm going to skip it. My shoulders aren't feeling that good. They need a rest. So I'm going to give them that. Raise your left leg, inhale. Step the foot, exhale. Shift the weight into the left foot, straighten it, raise your right leg, inhale. Pyramid pose. Step that foot behind the left. So think of the warrior one angle of the feet, but much shorter, okay? And fold over the left leg. Notice how it takes a wee while to allow the body that release. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Really revisit that back foot and walk your hands over to the left. Come to center, inhale. Step your feet together at the top of the mat. Exhale. Bend your knees, rise to chair pose. Inhale. Beautiful. And twist to the left. So tuck this right elbow outside. And begin to rotate the chest up. Elbows are wide. Yes, here we go. I'm watching you, Diane. Feel free to open the arms, but don't force that one. These are nice, beautiful, Julianne. Nice one, Catherine. Inhale here. Exhale, very gently fold. Rise to stand. Inhale, reach your arms up. And fold straight back down again. Exhale. Come halfway up. Inhale. Step your right foot back and lower to the knee. Exhale. Raise your arms overhead. Inhale. And twist again to the left. So tuck this right elbow outside the left knee. Spiral your sternum up towards your thumbs. take the level 1 or start to move into a level 2 variation. So once you've been doing level 1 for a little while, it can be nice to play with level 2 variations. And that can help to transition you into being able to attend level 2 classes when you feel like it. The lines really do blur. Big breath in. Gently release. Exhale, plant your palms, slide your left leg back and up to the ceiling. Pigeon. Bring it across the front of your mat. Okay, so this is an asymmetrical pose whereby you do need to check in with the knee in particular in this pose. If it's hurting your knee, take that variation that I showed you before. Lift up, lean back, and then come forward into the stretch. Remember to soften. And slowly make your way out. It can be nice to refresh by lifting and leaning back. You could stay here or start to bend the right knee, reach around for the foot or ankle. Okay, and if you want to start to move the toes into the inner elbow crease, round those up. Very gently release, never ping out of the pose, and then bring the right leg all the way around. Outside the left leg, get the bum is decidedly tilted. Raise your left arm, inhale, sit up tall, and twist to the right. You just need to give that a couple tucks. Lean, and then once you're in it, you start to lift and grow along. The rinsing of the internal organs, stretching of the muscles of the back, lubricating of the vertebrae of the spine. Gently release And just twist the other way. Oh, delish. Oh. I'm going to slowly come back to center. At the end of the standing sequence, I always like to get quiet and just feel and reflect. So that's what we're going to do. This is how we began. We may not have begun this way, but this is how we're going to end the standing sequence. We're just coming to your seat, closing your eyes, noticing where the yoga has brought you. Doesn't have to be profound every single day, but just sit. Taking everything that we have received, so everything that you've received from me or this class or your intuition, and just allowing it to be processed, allow it to assimilate and integrate into your body. And you don't have to do anything. Okay, so let's see how we go with this one. I would usually use quite a bit of props in class, so I don't think we'll recline all the way unless you're very flexible. You're going to bring your right leg behind you with the top of the foot on the mat and your left foot in front of you. So I often like to roll my calf one way and my thigh the other to help reduce compression in the back of the leg, and that will help to increase the ability to stretch the front of the leg. So without the bolsters, if you've got a bolster, you would lay it down the back of you, or pillows. It's going to be a little bit harder with home props because they're not as long. So you may find that you're better just leaning back on your hands. As you come back to your hands, draw your tailbone forward. This is a beautiful stretch through the front of the leg that is not particularly easy to stretch. And in this posture, we can stretch it quite efficiently because we need to be relaxed. So you can lean on your hands. If you are flexible and this doesn't hurt, you can come to your forearms or maybe even down to your back. Okay, so to come up, you're going to engage your abdominals. Use your hands to help you. If you're reclining, rise, lean left and free the right leg. Bring it straight. Oh, look at that, running out of time. So just give that leg a little tap out and then switch sides. Bend the right leg in front of you, take the left leg behind you. As you lean back, adjust the tailbone forward. Just chill out. Chillax. And slowly come out. Use your arms to help you. Come up, free the left leg forward. Give a little tap if it needs it. And time to rest. This is where, again, we absorb the benefits, where we integrate everything that we have received into an embodied self. Someone's at the door. Slowly come down. And rest. Rest in Shavasana. Start to come back. Start to wake up. Stretch and move as you feel ready. When you're ready, come up, roll over, or roll over and come up. It's a better order to do it. And come to seat. Close your eyes. One of my favorite practices is gratitude. One of the most powerful practices is gratitude. It's not just about giving thanks, it's about bringing us into the moment right now. We're often thinking about where we're going, what we're going to achieve. When I do this, I will do this. Gratitude brings us into the moment to bring all the feel good that we need to be powerful and to be creative. So just take a moment to sit and be grateful for the things that you have, the things you take for granted, the things that you maybe forget are blessings in your life. Just count them off one by one. Grateful for our families, our friends and loved ones, the ones that we're with, the ones that are not with us right now. If you attended this class, grateful for your body. It is strong, it is healthy. Grateful for experiences that bring us things that maybe we would not have chosen for ourselves. Grateful for our country. Grateful for a roof over our heads. Grateful to wake up and enjoy the day. Bring your palms together at heart center in this symbol of sacredness and the symbol of reverence, to know that there is a deeper meaning to life and that within all of us is an essence that we share. It's from this essence within me that I bow to the same in you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Don't forget about.
I couldn't stop looking at your dog. It was so cute.
Don't forget about.
All about the dogs and cats. Right.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Everyone, I hope you had a wonderful class.
Don't forget about the toilet.
Tomorrow at lunchtime. Oh, Monique.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Olga. Bye. Bye, Brian.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you and Roger.
Thanks, Denise. Bye
Thanks, Jane. I know your voice. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
now.
Get off now because you're on me. Thanks, Shona. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks, Kitty. Oh, everyone's obviously got places to go today. Thanks, Sue. Oh, thanks, Sue. I'm looking at you and reading you. Have an awesome day. I know that I'll see you probably tomorrow.
See you later.
See you later, everyone. Have a beautiful day.